I'm Kameron Donald, CEO of Braco and also a director and cinematographer. And this is a director's review of the DZOFilm Arles Primes. In this video, I'm not gonna go through all the tech specs. There's other videos out there for you to watch that. I'm just gonna share my experience of us using this glass. So we're wrapping up production of our documentary, The Road Home, that we're filming. And all summer, all winter, we've been using these lenses. All right, so why did we choose these lenses? These glasses, they are not quite neutral, but they're kind of like middle ground that can do a lot of work. So what I mean is when it comes to the look of this glass, it can do about like any job. It's sharp enough, it has a good fall off, it has good bokeh. The separation between the subject and the background, it has that 3D pop as well. Very good clarity, and it can resolve the 6K sensor that is in my Pixis camera. But overall, man, these lenses are definitely a game changer. Like, everybody was like excited about the look that we got out of this. So I ended up buying the kit. Within the kit, you have the 25, the 35, the 50, which is right here on this camera, 75, and the 100. I ended up buying an extra lens, the 14, right here. And with that kit, you get a very nice case. I have the 50 right here on this camera, and this is how it looks with my setup. The camera that I'm using is the Pixis 6K. This camera is the L mount version, so we had to get an adapter. The adapter I have on this one is NICI to PL. To see a full breakdown of this camera rig, just check out one of our other videos. So we knew that we were gonna be mostly shoulder rig or on sticks with this, using these lenses with the camera. But when it comes to gimbal, that's where you might have a problem. We were able to fly the 35 on it, the 24 on the gimbal. So the gimbal I have is the DJI RS3 Pro and RS4 Pro. I had to end up going to the 4 Pro, especially when we mounted, I was crazy to do this at the time. We mounted the Cinema Camera 6K full frame with this lens onto a car, which was crazy. We used the Tilta electric suction car mount system, but it worked. These lenses is it's pretty heavy. I don't know exactly, but they felt like between like 3 and 4 pounds. Now with the weight of this lens, it really helps with counterbalancing like your rig. So you see how I have this battery in the back. Most of the weight is probably within the camera right here. And then a lot of times if you have a smaller lens in the front, you're really like this all day, and your wrists fighting to bring it back forward, and then that could bring a fatigue, especially during a long day or you're running handheld. So I like the fact that this lens has a little more weight, and bring it back forward with the center of gravity. Image quality. So with these lenses, man, I love the image that I get out of this. It really gives you that professional look. How it handles flare. So this handles flares very well. It don't have like your cinema star burst, but when that flare do come in, it doesn't wash out the image. Other glass that I use, like that Cook or the Rokinon, it really washed out the image when the flare came or the glare came in. The saturation will go away. It'll become like more milky. This doesn't do that at all. So another good thing about this glass is that with our documentary, it's gonna be playing in theaters and other big screens and projections. So we wanna have something that resolves well for like the big screen. If I buy any other glass, I'm definitely gonna have to wait till DZOFilm come out with some zoom lenses, because it's really hard to cut and pair another lens with this one unless you're doing some type of Xi Supreme or RE signature primes. Other than that, it's really hard to put this lens with another one. So when we were doing our documentary, there was at times like we really needed a zoom lens, but I didn't want to buy anything else at that time because it really wouldn't look good cutting with it. So DZOFilm, when you drop your zoom lenses, please send me a message. I definitely want to try those out. So I got the kit, it came with 5 lenses. Like I said, I bought one more, the 14. But within the kit, it was missing the 21 and the 40 mil. From what I've seen, I think those would be my favorite. But they purposely put those two lenses in the other kit where it's like longer focal lengths, where you get the 135 and stuff like that. So what I'm going to end up doing is either buying another kit or just getting those two lenses so I can have it with these. All right, performance. Now, the gear rings, they are super, super smooth, man. It has enough resistance, and it's not like super slippery where, you know, you just bump it and then it moves. And the last thing when it comes to performance is the focal breathing. So a lot of times when you rack focus, you know, your image goes a little bigger or smaller. This is super minimum. I have not like noticed it in here, especially to where it's at a point where I'm like, damn, what's going on? It's distracting. So what are the cons though with this glass? So I have the set right here, and they're typically the same all the way through when it comes to like the color. You really don't get a difference between the set. So these lenses are made to me to look just like the ARRI Signature Primes, because they look exactly like them. The only difference is the ARRI Signature Primes runs a little cooler and this runs a little warmer. I find myself sometimes in post pulling the image back cooler. So that's the only, well, and then another con would be the weight. A lot of people rigs, they might run a small rig, a setup, so the camera is lighter than the lens, so you'll be more front heavy. And then also, it's really hard to like fly this on a gimbal. I've done it. I put it on my van, going down the road about 50 miles an hour. Everything stayed on, nothing fell off. No, that's just me being crazy. And I kind of push it to its limits. But typically, I really wouldn't want to fly this, put this on a gimbal, and have it mounted on a car. The value of all this, per lens, I think it's about $2,500. It goes up and down between the lenses. The kit, I think it's about like 11, I can't remember. Yes, it's expensive, but is it worth it? I think so. The thing is, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna invest in some lenses, you have to think of it as it's gonna last a long time. Just like a tripod, you know, you buy that tripod, a real good one, it'll probably last you for like the next 10 years. Same thing with this glass. I feel like, you know, if you're doing a lot of projects that requires a whole bunch of different type of looks, you rinse. But if you have a lot of projects that you do that are like more personal, or you run your own company, you want to have a set of lenses that you can practice with. You don't always have to only have when you rent. So at that point, I feel like you should buy some glass. And when you do, invest in something that's very good, that lasts a long time, and that's really flexible. And I think these lenses gave me that. The only lenses that I'm interested in getting, like I said, is the DZOFilm come out with the zoom lenses for this. So that way I can cut in between very well. Now, if you're interested in buying this glass, one thing I think you need to be aware of is that DZOFilm is in China. So when I bought this set, it came from China, it got the customs, and I had to pay an extra $100 just to get them continuing to me. I didn't know that. So that's something that you want to be mindful of. But I was speaking to a representative lately, and they said that they now have a warehouse within the United States, and then you can get the glass like within 2 days. So to see these lenses in image quality in action, definitely check out our trailer for our documentary, The Road Home. You know, you can watch it in the link in the description. You can also go to our website and our YouTube page and see the rest of the videos that we've done with this glass. All right, so that's my review on the DZOFilm Arles Primes. I'm definitely waiting on the zoom lens version of these to come out. Yeah, thanks for watching.